What the fuck is this? You can now upload multiple files at the same time. Huh.
You're D Money. Kevin, weren't you D Money at one time?
No, I'm still K Dog.
Which one of our family members was also D Money?
I have no idea. That doesn't sound even remotely familiar.
You know, you do have two brothers.
Brian and neither P. Doherty? I don't know.
Well, our last name is D.
Yeah, that's true.
All right,
ready? All rise for your dishonorable, not a real judge, Damone Allen. Debatable is now in session.
Welcome to a new episode of Debatable. I am your host, not a real judge, Damone Allen. Joining me as always is Hi-Fi Mike.
Hey.
And that's all the reoccurring people we have. So this week,
this will be a longer list,
right? But we do have two guests this week. From the podcast that wouldn't die. We have Aaron and we have Kevin.
Hey!
What's up?
I can't do both at the same time.
Yeah,
so
I know. So
why would you do that? You know my limitations.
I know. So which one of you wants to tell the people about? Well, Aaron, tell the people about yourself, and then one of you can pick who wants to tell about the podcast.
I'll let Kevin tell about the podcast, and I'll just talk about myself, and then I'll just interrupt Kevin because that's really what he's the straight man, and I'm the interrupter. So my name's Aaron. I joined Kevin podcasting back in the old. We used to have, or he used to have, a B movie club on YouTube, and I inserted myself and just kind of joined in and forced him to take me on as his sidekick. I'm in California. We're in California. We're brother and sister.
Nice. Kevin, tell the people about yourself and
and I don't like Neapolitan ice cream. Just want to put that out there.
Kevin, tell the people about yourself and the show.
This is Kevin, and I'm the co-host of the Podcast That Wouldn't Die, where we discuss guilty pleasures and forgotten classics, specifically horror, and with a splash of science fiction in there as well, from a comedic twist. So there you go. Good times had by all.
There's only a splash of science fiction because we don't really like it, but we feel like since we said we're doing it, we got to throw it in there a bit.
Not true. Not true. I enjoy science fiction a great deal. Aaron does not.
Well,
womp.
Thanks for coming on the show. This is Debatable, where we debate the serious, the silly, and everything in between. So we're gonna get started. So the way it works is we'll have two topics. First one is going to be a debate. Second one will be a tournament. So we're going to start with the debate. So this is going back to my personal childhood and Mike's too, because we're the same age. Backstreet Boys versus Nsync. Kevin, you can go first. Who are you taking and why?
Oh, it's not even a question. We're talking Backstreet's back. All right. You know what I'm saying?
Any particular reason why?
You know what? I started listening. I'm a 46-year-old man. I gotta put it out there. I went and saw Backstreet Boys like a year and a half ago before the pandemic.
I was supposed to go to the tour, and then the pandemic hit. I was so sad.
They are older than me, and they still got it. That's all I'm saying. I started listening to them back in like 98, 99 or whatever it was. And just the sheer number of hits, it was just an avalanche. I mean, you had the early stuff like Backstreet's Back. I love that Backstreet's Back was one of their first hits.
Their first song.
I'm not sure how that works, but okay.
Maybe they're back from the store.
So they had put out stuff beforehand,
right?
Like before, but nothing ever really got picked up or released. And I only know that because I watched a documentary.
Yeah, but I mean, where they really, and I liked Quit Playing Games with My Heart, As Long As You Love Me, all good hits. Where they really took that second step was the Millennium album, which was their first #1 album. And you've got I Want It That Way. What way is that? Never explained. But that's how they want it. And frankly, that's how I want it as well. So thank you, Backstreet Boys. They spoke to me.
Kevin was the only guy I knew who was listening to the Little River Band, Backstreet Boys, and then he'd throw in the Chronic. I'm like,
I would throw in the
I
Chronic.
don't even know. Maybe you could have been a DJ. I want to see you weave that together.
Yeah, I can't envision the club that will be playing those 3 hits. But...
Aaron, which one you going with and why?
Honestly, I came in with my love of JT. I sat there and wasted half my day at work researching, writing, listening to songs, making lists. What did I like better? Because, you know, the Nsync, the pros, you got Justin Timberlake. And if you could throw in all his single stuff into the mix, I would
can't
have
because
gone
that's
with
just Nsync.
right. I would have gone with Nsync. You know, pros, Justin Timberlake. Con, Joey Fatone.
Yeah, that's a big con. Don't jump over that con.
He seems like a great guy.
I'm
Yeah, I'm sure
sure
he's very
he's
nice.
good to his mother, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm looking at him because I was like, oh, but, you know, Nsync dresses better choreography, better looking. But
Whoa.
brother.
Okay, I got to jump in here. Okay, obviously, Justin Timberlake, beyond reproach. I give it. Let the court show I stipulate this fact.
No
okay?
AJ talk. No AJ talk with his wife beater shit. Come on.
Look,
He's the
AJ
bad boy.
was the man.
He's the bad boy, okay? That's what I'm saying. Okay, from stem to stern, Nsync is not as good looking as Backstreet Boys, okay? Even like Kevin, my namesake, who could barely carry a tune, is a handsome devil. Now, granted, they put him in crazy like Nehru jackets with skirts and things. I don't know what the fashion
I don't
was.
know what they were doing.
Some kind of craziness.
But that's the other thing. Everyone in Nsync can carry the lead versus
Well,
Backstreet
that's
Boys.
not
There's a
true.
couple of
That's
guys
absolutely
that
not
are
true.
humming in the back.
There's a reason only Justin Timberlake broke out.
There's a big reason.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
He's kicking ass and taking names. There's no doubt about that.
No, I think you
and
had
then-
two. You had JC and Justin who were carrying 90% of it. Then you had Lance and Joey and Chris. Was that his name? He had the crazy
yes.
dreadlock volcano coming out top of his head. I don't know what that was.
Well, they each had a weird looking dude, right? They had like the pretty boy, then they got like the bad boy, then they got some dude with a weird hair, and then Backstreet Boys started doing weird facial hair. You started getting the chin
That-
strap.
Because they started to hit puberty.
That's all he could grow.
No. The top three Backstreet Boys singers, their voices are far superior. Okay, Justin, I'll give him his due, but Nick Carter comes from the famous Carter family. You have Aaron Carter, who also was very successful as a singer.
I don't know if
Okay,
I would
Yeah,
call
he
them
was.
Okay.
famous
last I
Carter
knew-
family.
Last I knew,
it's a
he was
dynasty.
He was a heroin addict.
That's a stretch.
But also AJ was the hammer at the end of the song. If you listen to those songs, AJ would come in with that kind of smooth soul at the end.
As I listen more and more Backstreet Boys, AJ does a lot to keep the songs together. Like he's there, man. He's in it.
Absolutely.
Like, he does not get near enough credit as he should.
I agree.
When it comes down to the list, who had the most hits? That's for sure Backstreet Boys. But then around 2 this afternoon, I had an epiphany. They are in fact the same band.
They are.
They are the
They're
same
1000%
band.
the same band.
And you could swap the songs and they would both sing it exactly the same way. You can squeeze them all together and just have one super group.
So I don't believe that they would sing it the same way. I do. If you listen, Nsync did not have an AJ. They didn't. They didn't.
No,
have a
they
Kevin.
did not.
But
They
see, Supergroup
had
now does
5
have an AJ.
Well, there had to be a lot of backup singing.
Well, you said some of them were just humming anyway.
So
This is
the
true.
They
way
got the moves. You need someone wearing the wife beater shirt.
the
You
you
way
can't have
they-
two bad boys though.
NSYNC was
Death
literally
fight, death match.
they were NSYNC was literally the replacement for Backstreet Boys. It was
Yes.
It
I
was
agreed.
Lou Pearlman. He had the Backstreet Boys. He got tired of playing with those toys, so he picked up some new ones. And now he's dead, right?
Murdered by Nsync.
Yeah, they all
I think,
sued. They
or the
all sued
Backstreet
him.
Boys.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is no longer because he was like a pedophile or some shit.
Stole all their money.
Shocking.
He stole all
Shocking.
their money. Yeah, he was a
He
real
died
piece
in
of shit.
2016.
He was a great A piece of shit. But the bands he brought, and you can see this: Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, O-Town, LFO. Those are
Slow
the
down.
ones.
O-Town.
So, well, Backstreet Boys, then NSYNC, and then O-Town. Remember
Yes.
O-Town?
I do remember
And then
O-Town.
LFO. And then there was more, but
Well, and
names-
before, of course, we had the New Kids on the block.
Jordan Knight. He also managed Jordan Knight from New Kids.
There you go. There you go. Oh,
So-
sweet Lord.
He
Part
was
of my-
convicted of conspiracy, money laundering, and then making false statements during a bankruptcy proceeding.
You
And
can't
he was
make false
sentenced to
statements.
25 years in prison.
There
He
you go.
died
Yeah.
in prison.
All right. So
Not a good dude.
part of my research was going then to live concert footage. Who's lip syncing while they're dancing?
They're all lip syncing.
No,
That
the-
is
all-
pop music.
For the last 5-10 years, they were not. Because you could hear
Huffing and puffing.
They're
puffing and puffing.
They're 45 years old if they're a
Maybe
day.
when they were young and fresh, but you see the videos, and now you see the videos from 5 years or 10 years ago. It's a little slowed down
they're
and a
like
lot
50.
of wheezing. Yes.
Well, this is the point. Only one of them is still around 28 years later or whatever it
Uh-oh.
is. Need
well,
I say more?
And
dismissed.
said band, this is why I say they can swap it out. I was watching a concert from 10 years ago with Backstreet Boys. Maybe it wasn't 10 years ago. And they sampled Justin Timberlake's, what is that? I got, 5 minutes to save the world? Dun, 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 dun. They started throwing that in the middle of the concert. So that's what I was like,
Mind
they're
blown.
interchangeable. Interchangeable.
No,
If you want it, then you got it. The Madonna song.
Mike, who are you going with? I already know the answer.
It's the
but
Backstreet
tell the
Boys.
people.
Let's be real. When it comes down to it, it's the Backstreet Boys. 1,000%. They were the first CD I ever owned. It was them and then Chumbawamba.
no.
I
Oh,
get
no.
down.
It
But
was.
they stay
It was.
down.
I was 7 or 8 years old. I got a CD player for my birthday, and I got to go pick out a CD. I was gonna pick out the Titanic soundtrack, but my grandmother said it was just the sounds from Titanic.
Like
So I bought the Backstreet
boat
Boys.
sounds.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like,
Foghorn.
why would I want that? And I could tell you, I probably went good 10 years still thinking that afterwards. No, probably not that long, but it was a very long time. But it's Backstreet Boys.
We would have gotten a totally different mic if that was the first CD.
The Titanic?
Yes.
No, I still
We'd be
think I would
debating
have.
Celine Dion.
I still think I would. I mean, it was 97. Titanic was huge. Everybody knew that. But yeah, I probably still would have got Backstreet Boys as my second CD. But
Probably.
it
Try
would
to
have
sign
happened.
Chumbawamba. I'm pissing the night away.
Yeah, and then I actually for that song, I Get Knocked Down. It was probably 3rd grade, and I danced to that at a talent show
Did- we
with
all
a bunch of
danced to
other
it, maybe
people.
not a talent show.
How does one dance to Chumbawamba?
Look,
Do
man, we
it.
had a whole
We
skit.
top
It was
thumping.
it was a whole skit, right? So the me and a bunch of other kids, we did something. And all I remember is he was pretending to be a janitor, and I started beating him up. That was the dance. It worked. We lost, but it worked.
So then it didn't work, is what you're saying.
No.
This just sounds like
we
a
still pulled it
criminal
off. We just
TikTok
tried
video.
too hard.
The judges didn't. They
The
were
judges
ahead of
did
their
not
time.
like it because
They were ahead of their time.
I think none of us realized that they said piss. And again, we're in 3rd grade.
And a whiskey
So-
drink and a vodka drink. Is that all appropriate?
That never I was 8. I didn't give a shit. Like I also listened to Tupac. I don't know how I got a Tupac CD, and I don't remember where I talked about that. I think it was last week.
It was last week, yeah.
I had a Tupac CD. That was also, it was just in my grandmother's house. I owned a Tupac CD. So that was also sometimes.
She talked you out of the Celine Dion, but
yes,
the Tupac.
But this Tupac CD was floating around the house for a very long time before I had a CD player. I think we used it as a frisbee for a while too.
Like maybe it was your grandma's.
That's what I'm saying. Was everybody listening to it? It was
my grandma listened to Guns N' Roses. That was her favorite band.
Okay.
She didn't listen to Tupac. I can guarantee she didn't listen to Tupac. Oh, hey, look, that's my grandma right there. She said, "Hi, boys." Here, look.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
So I'm gonna be honest. For me, these two bands are interchangeable. Ooh. I couldn't tell you who. Without you guys saying the actual names, I actually probably heard the names. I probably couldn't repeat who's in what band.
I like Backstreet Boys so much, I could get you some deep cut songs.
I couldn't.
Like, we're not just playing the hits.
I couldn't tell you who's in what band. Like I couldn't tell you who's in what. Like AJ's in Backstreet, right? Is that what you guys said?
AJ. Nick,
I also
Ryan,
couldn't tell you which songs belong to who.
I had to look it up. That's what I spent the whole day.
I probably think Nsync songs are Backstreet Boys and vice versa.
Because
I did not like them. And then I also didn't like them because the girl that I liked in school liked them so much. So I was jealous. So it was fuck Backstreet Boys.
You liked them too,
and Nsync.
So you could show off, be like, "Yo, look at this Backstreet Boys poster I got."
Yeah, I wanted a wife like AJ.
No, it was.
I'm Howie D.
No, it was. Yeah, didn't one of them have a Howie?
Yes, Howie D.
His name was Howie. Howie?
No,
Howie,
I don't.
Kevin,
I refuse
AJ.
to. Which
Howie
band
was
is
the one
that?
He had the ponytail. He was probably the least useful Backstreet Boy.
Which
he was
humming in the background.
He was still a handsome guy who could dance around a little bit. They didn't have the Joeys and the Chris's. They didn't have the dead weight. They weren't towing those anchors.
Right. Howie was he was the.
No, no. Backstreet Boys lose. Just the fact that they have a Howie in the group. That's not even. That
doesn't make any sense.
I don't.
There's no one whatsoever. Backstreet back. All right.
Simply by the fact that he had a Howie.
The only thing I think Nsync has on Backstreet Boys is they
don't have a Howie.
Yeah, it's gonna be May.
I honestly thought that was Backstreet Boys.
How? You need to indulge in culture.
We need a mistrial here or something. I don't know what's going.
You are a bad judge.
I kept trying to figure out which band Donnie Wahlberg was in.
Okay, I at least knew that was him. At least knew he was in New Kids
the Blue Bloods.
I knew that one.
He's not even He's not even the best of the Wahlbergs.
But he was the bad boy of the New Kids.
He was the best actor in The Sixth Sense. He blows away his crazy brother with his just creepiness in The Sixth Sense.
I'm upset that we have to hate Marky Mark. He did something bad.
He's not a good actor.
I think he's just an asshole.
That might be an asshole. But
I think he's an asshole. He said some racist remarks in the 80s and 90s.
That is true.
He beat an Asian guy to almost to death. He blinded him because he was Asian.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, he's a racist asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus,
Grandma says she likes Guns N' Roses.
I do. Guns N' Roses is my favorite band. So
I don't know.
I don't know what's Grandma saying these days.
I don't know. Love you, Grandma.
Guns N' Roses is my favorite band, so I support you, Grandma. So
for the audio listeners, you need to watch live so you can see my grandma talking to us through the chat.
It's fantastic.
And you can talk to us through the chat as well. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna play ad from our sponsors.
Which sponsor? Because you didn't cue me into either.
I'm just gonna press one.
Are you tired? Tired of those other energy drinks hitting you with a short burst of jittery energy, followed by a crash that leaves you with less energy than you had before? Well, fear not, because Ray's energy drinks are specifically formulated to get you going without making you jittery and keeps you from crashing. With 0 sugars, 0 calories, and better caffeine than a cup of coffee, Ray's energy drinks are the #1 growing energy drink on the market. With flavors like Baja Lime, Sour Gummy Worm, Guava Mango, and Strawberry Colada, Ray's has some of the best tasting energy drinks available. You can get a case of Ray's right now by going to repsports.com and using promo code T1THREE when you check out to take 15% off of your next order. That's promo code T1THREE for 15% off of your next order of better, tastier energy.
And we're back. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do a tournament. The way tournaments work here are under Travi T rules. So by the way, my obligatory fuck you, Travis. So the way it works is instead of everyone just throwing out a million things to put into the bracket, we have some sort of order because there's 4 of us. Each person will get 4 to throw in. We randomize them. They go head to head. You guys will vote until there's one final winner. This week's tournament is going to be what is the best scary movie ever. We're just, if you're watching this live, we're one day removed from Halloween. There's a couple, if you listen to it in podcast form, only like 4 or 5 days ago. So
Just say a week. Just round it up to a week.
a week. Almost
By
about
that
a
time.
week.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say Merry Christmas. I'm glad we're finally here.
No, it's not Merry Christmas.
It is Merry Christmas. We're putting
Post
up our tree
Thanksgiving
tomorrow.
is Merry Christmas.
We are putting up our tree tomorrow. My grandma's on the toilet watching us, by the way, guys. Just want everyone to know that.
Thanks, Grandma.
Love you, Grandma.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the bracket. So like I said, each person will get 4 to put in. Like I said, this week's is going to be scary movies.
Okay.
So Aaron, we'll start with you.
The Babadook.
All right, you got to spell that because
Oh,
Mike
shit.
cannot spell.
B-A...
B-A... D-O-O-K.
There you go.
There you
I've
go.
never seen or heard of this.
Oh, it's amazing.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Remember, you're gonna have to defend these. So
All right.
You might have to if you go with it.
Oh, you want my other?
Yep,
Yeah. Oh
you're-
yeah. Give me all 4. Give me
All
all
right.
4 years.
The Conjuring.
Okay, I've seen that. I saw that at the movie theater.
I haven't. I'm not into possession movies all like that, so I haven't watched this one yet.
I'm gonna say the original Carrie,
Okay.
and because it gave me such nightmares as a child, Jaws.
I've
Do you want to reject that? I'm okay.
no.
with that.
People consider Jaws a horror movie. Like by standards, it's a horror movie. I just never felt like it's horror.
I put it in there today because it was like I was trying to think what movie gave me nightmares, and that was it.
I think it's an like our
It's a
generation-
monster.
It's a monster, but I think like post like the 90s, it's not scary anymore because
Right.
we've seen like all
Well, then
after
pull it.
Jaws.
No,
like,
no,
after
no, no,
Jaws,
You can leave
you
it.
can leave it.
Jaws
If
is a
you-
classic.
If you
Right,
want,
it's a classic.
if you would like to exchange your vote or put out, if you'd like
Everyone
to exchange one, you
seems sour,
can.
so change it to The Ring.
Okay.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. I was just explaining why I think Jaws, like me and
It won't
Mike,
be
like
as
our generation
impactful.
don't
Yeah.
see Jaws as a scary movie. Is we've seen people be ripped apart. And
Well,
like
I mean, like-
the special effects aren't as the special
For-
effects look bad
Oh,
in
for
comparison
sure.
to
I
what
definitely
we've
see-
seen.
I could definitely see it suspenseful, but I just never felt like it was horror. I was just coming up with that because I was thinking about
Just
it.
don't go to the
We haven't
beach.
got to talk about it yet, so
No, I had dreams it was going to get me in my swimming pool.
Absolutely.
How a great white got into a pool in the middle of the desert. I don't know, but it was there.
I've had dreams about things like nightmares that I shouldn't have had nightmares about. I can't name
What
any.
does that mean?
Like movies. Like I'll watch movies. Like I watched Dark Shadows? I think it was.
Okay.
And that's a very
Lord.
light movie.
The Johnny
Isn't
Depp
that a
movie?
comedy?
Yeah,
That's
but I had nightmares. Like I had a nightmare like the next night about Johnny Depp being a vampire, That fucked
Johnny
me
Depp
up.
coming to get you, man.
Well,
He's
Like,
terrifying anyway.
Forever. He's a little terrifying these days, so you have a right to be scared. If he comes scratching at your window.
Just ask Amber Heard, I guess. Right?
I don't know if we're supposed to like or hate him now. I got lost
I think
in
he's.
that.
I think he's good.
I think we just don't even think about him anymore. Is what's
I
happening.
like Johnny Depp though, man.
He
I think
used
he-
to be awesome.
I think he became. He started doing the same role over and over.
Yeah,
I don't care. Like I still, but I just like Johnny Depp.
It's okay, brother.
So if he
It's
came
upsetting.
scratching at the window, you might let him.
Oh,
in.
I let him in. Let me tell you. Come right on in, Johnny Depp. Don't mind me. I am shirtless.
He'll bring the wine.
Yes, he will.
So Kevin, give me your 4.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Halloween, the original. I am gonna go with The Shining, the OG.
The book was sure scary.
I never read the book. I've only seen the movie. But what are you gonna do?
Okay, that was a ringing endorsement. What are you gonna do? I don't know.
I don't do a lot of books these days.
or ever.
No, I used to read a lot and then audiobooks, and now it's just podcasts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do The Thing,
Oh
yes.
Lord, Kevin.
Which
Oh.
the OG. Absolutely.
so-
Sorry, my bad. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Got it. So the
You're right.
1980s.
Yes.
Yeah, not the
1980.
1950s.
No, The Thing from Another World. No.
Whatever.
My
It's
girlfriend has
terrible.
all those movies.
Oh Lord.
And I haven't watched the original yet, and I've seen the 80s, but it's been a while. We've been needing to watch them together. They're her favorite movies, and we just haven't watched them. It's been a year.
See now, Aaron, I was gonna put Jaws, but it
See?
sounds like we're getting the big thumbs down.
You
middle
didn't put
finger.
Jaws. No
Put
one's
it
saying
in.
don't.
I don't
Well-
even get to vote, so my opinion doesn't matter.
I bowed to peer pressure. I'm like, okay, I'll smoke the weed this time. I
what
want
it is.
everyone to like me.
But you know what? Jaws, baby.
There
the
you
original
go.
classic.
You know what we didn't put, Kevin? And we lived in like one of those mid-century houses with nothing but glass doors, and we'd worry about how to fortify the house when
right.
the zombies came. And we
Yep.
didn't nominate any zombie movies.
Because I find them disturbing and gross, but not necessarily terrifying.
They
I guess-
terrify your dreams, though, enough
That is
we're
true.
like,
That is
Like-
true.
there's not enough furniture to break up to cover up all those sliding glass doors.
It's a sad situation.
Mike.
All right. Let's go with Friday the 13th, part 3.
It's very specific. I don't.
That's
one,
the hockey mask.
That is when he gets the hockey mask. Yes. I think I like 2 better, but 2 doesn't have a hockey mask. So I had to go with a hockey mask. Let's go with Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Is that
Oh,
the one
part
where he has
2?
the long arms? Which is the one where he's scraping the walls?
That's the first one.
That's the second one is when he basically like possesses the kid.
Freddy's Revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I almost put the first one, also a Johnny Depp movie.
that's true.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's his first movie.
Yep.
That's his first role.
And then when he
Um,
rolled right on over to Crybaby after that.
Yeah, 21 Jump Street.
I love Crybaby, man. Let's go with it, but we'll go with
the miniseries.
I'm gonna go with the remake because it's creepier.
Well, which one? There's part 1 and part 2.
We're gonna roll them into one.
What? Is that Judge? Can we get a...
No, you gotta pick one.
Fine, we're gonna go the original It.
I like that one
Miniseries.
better. I think that the first one is much better than the second one, in my opinion.
No, you
with
don't
John,
just get
with
to
John
combine
Boy
them.
and
I'll
come and
remember
knock
that
on my
tomorrow.
door.
Yes. Oh, that's such a good fucking cast, though.
Yes, I'll
You're-
tell you this: the part 1 with the kids is dynamite. It is really good. I didn't find it nearly as scary with the adults for some bizarre reason. But you're right,
Well,
great
you figure
cast.
the adults can handle it. It's scarier. When you do it
The
with
one
kids.
with the remake with the kids is definitely probably scarier.
Yeah.
For sure. But I don't know. I like the whole. I like it as a whole. Like when I watch it, we watch them back to back. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Like Kill Bill. You got to watch it back.
Yeah,
to
you
back.
got to watch them all. Now this last one's kind of hard for me. Once upon a time, this wouldn't have been a hard choice because I would not have watched any horror movies, literally whatsoever. But the last year, I've been reintroduced to horror movies. So my girlfriend and I have been watching a lot of them because she loves horror. I'm gonna go. I've just scrolled through these like I love that one and that one and that one. Let's go.
It's hard.
It really is. I don't know if I want to go. Let's go. Let's go Hellraiser. The first
Okay.
one.
Ooh.
Oh, I love Hellraiser
Hellraiser, is that the same?
with the pinhead.
Is
Yeah,
that Pinhead? Yeah,
That's
he
Pinhead.
won. Spoiler alert, but go back and listen to the episode anyway. He won the tournament last week for best.
Did he win the tournament?
Horror. Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
Yeah, best
Oh, really?
horror character.
Yes.
It's definitely original.
The best part.
Wes Craven's got some business going on upstairs.
Clive Barker.
Or Clive Barker.
The best part about Hellraiser is the scene. They're showing like a flashback, and you see the main lady and the uncle or whatever his name. Like I don't remember his name. They're making out, but he's like making out with her chin.
Oh,
Like it's
'cause
the funniest thing I've ever seen, and I love it and I hate it, and it's great.
It's highly erotic.
He's
The
just made like her chin is in his mouth.
She had a good chin though in his defense. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
was that
it's-
what before his skin had all grown
Yeah,
back?
it was the flashback. So it was
Oh,
the
the
flashback they have
flashback.
explaining what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's like, it's like flashing, and you're just seeing him like with her chin, and it's just like he is going for it. Like that is confidence. That is a man who knows what he wants.
So
And it's
this
a
is
chin,
kind of
evidently.
like your porn before you get busy.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Sweetie.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's crack open a White Claw, and I got a movie for you.
White Claw.
So I kind of wanted to play the ad there, but
That would have worked.
it would have. So I'm gonna go. My first one's gonna be Candyman. Glad you
Oh,
didn't
OG?
say
Because
The
that's what I
OG.
was going
the
to
OG
for a second.
one.
Oh,
I haven't
geez.
seen the new one yet.
It's worth seeing, but the
I
first
liked
one's,
it.
The first one's better.
I liked the new one. My girlfriend did not like the new one, but I like it because I really like, and I've said this before, I like the lore of Candyman. I like the story and the way that they carried it on and brought back stuff from the first film. Perfect. I love it.
It
I
had
like the
some-
pause there. Perfect.
It had some of the flaws that the first one with like the story. You're like, what? There are some head
Oh.
scratching parts, just like the first one.
When
They add some good twists to it, though.
when I read the synopsis for the new one, and I was like, "Fuck!" They brought back the baby. They
Yep.
really brought back Anthony.
That's
and then,
a twist.
And
Spoiler
then,
alert.
then for a second, I was like, maybe they didn't. Maybe like the way they were acting, I was like, maybe they didn't bring him back. Maybe they just decided on the same name. But like, no. And then they revealed it. And I was like, yes, I knew it.
Wow,
just jumping
my
up and down.
spoiler alert.
You're not gonna
Spoiler.
watch it.
I am gonna watch
If
it
you
eventually.
if you're gonna watch, you should have watched it. Halloween's
It's-
over, so
it's
you
only-
missed spooky season.
I'm not allowed to watch it at all now
No.
that spooky season's
No, you gotta
over?
wait till next year.
What
No, I'm
about
gonna
you
watch
listeners
it.
and viewers, by the
I'm
way?
gonna watch it
Well,
on this
spoiler alert.
fight, right?
Well, I mean,
Hey,
I
all
like
you
the
gotta
Black
do
Lives Matter stuff. That was a great thing. But now I think Candyman's in the Marvel universe, so now he's going to be an avenging superhero. Is
Oh,
that
dude,
the new
that'd
plan?
be sick. I'd like to see Candyman versus like Freddy. That'd be cool.
They could do it, right?
Candyman versus Freddy versus
He doesn't
Jason
need
versus
to-
Mike Myers. Let's
he
do it.
doesn't
Let's-
need to
let's get
sleep.
this.
Versus
Freddy's
Thanos.
losing because he doesn't need to sleep.
Well,
versus the
well,
Avengers.
Candyman's dead, so yeah.
He doesn't need to sleep. So, Freddy's kind of screwed. So
And do bees affect Freddy? I don't know what the deal is.
I'm sure. Well,
sure.
as long as you're not afraid of Freddy, he has no power.
right, and he has no reason to be afraid of him. So my second one's going to be another one for the culture. It's going to be Get Out.
Good. Love
That's
Get
a good
Out.
one. I like I said, I seen that recently and I absolutely loved it.
Misery.
Oh, yes.
And the final.
And then my final one is going to be The Fly from 1986.
Oh,
The gross one.
The
Yeah.
gross one.
I want to
Yeah. The
I
one
wanna
with Jeff
say-
Goldblum.
honorable mention is Dead Alive.
Oh,
That movie's
God.
fantastic. And also we watched Trick or Treat last night. Trick or Treat.
I haven't seen that.
That
haven't either.
movie was fucking great. Like it's like I think it's like 4 stories. They're telling 4 stories separately, 4 or 5, but also at the same time. Like they interweave them, and it's really fucking good. And it's mind-boggling. Like you still walk away questioning what the fuck you just watched.
Nice.
It's great. I love
Honorable
it.
mention to Tales from the Hood.
I love Tales
Yes,
from the Hood.
Tales from the Hood. I think 3 was the one I watched last.
Oh, I didn't see part
3?
3.
That yeah, I think it was 2 or 3, and it was they
Forgot
had
there
them,
was more than one.
I think it was on Paramount. No, it was on Peacock, I think. And
Fuck Peacock. I hate that app.
I like the content of Peacock. The app needs work, but the content of Peacock is fucking great.
I'm not subscribing to one more goddamn channel.
I had to get rid of Paramount after years, and now I kind of miss it because I want to watch Survivor.
That's the trade-off, right?
Yeah,
I'm not watching Survivor again until there's a sniper in the palm tree.
I love Survivor. Don't besmirch this sweet
Sniper.
name.
Remember the old ones? People were
Yeah,
having
I watched-
organ failure. They
I
were
watched-
like bones. They were eating moldy rice.
They
Now
weren't
it's like-
really.
Now it's everybody's. I know those people rolled up thin, and by the time they left, it was like half Auschwitz.
I love
Aaron.
Survivor, man. I want to watch, like, I can watch old seasons on Hulu, but I want to watch some of the newer ones again.
Well, if we're throwing out honorable mentions, I
Jeff
gotta
Broke,
say,
God.
because there's scary movies, and then there's just movies that hit me right in the heart. I gotta say, I love Night of the Creeps. I love Fright Night. I like Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Not
Check
the
'em out.
Halloween 3.
Good times.
Sing the
So-
song, Kevin. Sing the song.
Have a happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Have a happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Check it out.
I'm the only Fright Night I've ever seen was the remake with David
Which
Tennant.
isn't bad. It isn't bad, actually.
I watch it only because of David Tennant. I didn't know anything about it prior.
Doctor
this
Who.
Right, it was just post Doctor Who, I think, like his run on Doctor Who, and I was deep into it.
It
He's
would have been
dynamite.
better if it actually was Doctor Who showing up.
I agree. I need to catch up on Doctor Who. It's pretty bad right now.
It breaks my 5-season rule, so I'm never gonna watch.
It's
Doctor
worth
Who.
it. It's worth every minute.
So you stopped Game of Thrones like right in the middle.
No, I
I
have a rule that
absolutely
if
did.
I have a rule that if you recommend me a show, if I look and it has more than 5 seasons, I'm not even gonna watch
But that's the thing. If it runs 5 seasons, it's got to have been good at least 4 of them.
Yeah, but
Like you're missing on great content because
Yeah.
you're picky and you don't have fucking patience.
yes, exactly. So I already know I'm gonna give up by like season 3 or 4.
Go watch
So-
Cowboy Bebop. It's only 24 episodes.
I can do that. I'll add this
The
to the list.
Netflix series is coming out soon, so
I
they're
can
doing the
I
live
can do
action.
that. I can get through one season. My issue is getting through the different seasons because I tend to not do that.
I guess sometimes lately I've been watching them. I'll get to a season. I'm like, all right, let me take a break for a second, and then I don't go back.
Yeah, that's
Right.
exactly what I do. I say I'm going to take
But-
a break between seasons, and then I just never go back.
That's
But
a sign that it wasn't that good, but you were caught
Right.
up in the what's
I
next,
don't-
what's next.
I don't think so. I think for me now, I've binge watched so much that, and I have such little time that I'm just trying to watch as much as I can. So I'll watch it. And I'm like, well, let me get something new. And I think I'm over binge watching full series. Like I would watch it and then watch nothing else.
Yes, me too. I watched the 3rd season of You in a weekend.
I have
Mostly all one day.
I never watched that show.
Yeah, I
It's
have
good.
zero. I have
It's
zero.
good.
interest
I have
in it.
so much
it's
to
good.
watch.
It's so creepy.
There's just such like I love entertainment, but there's an entertainment overload, and I am just I can't do it anymore. But also I can't stop from doing it, and it's terrible. There's just so much to watch.
Well, anyway,
I'm feeling overwhelmed.
you know what you're going to do, Mike, now, though? You're going to shuffle.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make me hit the ad.
No, we're going to make I could have just done that.
Every day we shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and.
Stop.
Well, I already stopped. So why the fuck?
So the first one is going to be The Fly versus Carrie. So, Aaron, which one you going with?
Are we talking 80? Or we're doing 80s? Or are you talking 50s Fly?
80s.
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum.
I do want to go record that for our podcast, but you can't go wrong with Carrie. Carrie's a perfect movie, and it's a perfect adaptation of the Stephen King novel. I mean, the little religious hell room where she's basic is shoved in there, and the lights come on, and she has to pray her crazy mother. Plug it up.
Jesus.
I'm like, oh my God, it's so traumatic. And my PE uniform in junior high was exactly like those uniforms. It was so disturbing.
Mike.
I'm gonna go with The Fly because that movie is fucking gross. I guess it's not necessarily scary per se, but I just really like that movie.
Kevin, you're
I mean,
tiebreaker.
I guess that's the question, right? Are we talking about which one is scarier or which one is just a better movie overall?
Which
Or
one
does
do
it
you
not?
like better?
Which really, when it comes down to it, it's however you want to judge it. Because even if we set a precedent, we're all gonna have different opinions either way on however we want to look at it.
I mean, I guess I don't find Carrie that scary. I know it's blasphemy. I like Carrie a lot. I don't find it that scary. And there are a few things more terrifying than Jeff Goldblum. So I think I'm going to go with The Fly. Just on a good day, Jeff Goldblum, terrifying.
Another one I'd
bastard.
open the window for.
Oh, no. I don't like this analogy, by the way.
Come through my window. Don't be surprised if this somehow turns into whoever can beat each other in a fight in the way you're judging it, because that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, actually.
So The Ring versus It, the miniseries. Kevin.
I'll tell you this. The original Japanese film, I'm sure, is far scarier, but even the American version scared the hell out of me. So I'm going to go with The Ring.
Hell yeah.
Mike.
I'm gonna go with It. I really just fucking love that. Plus and I think I said it last week, the scene in the diner, or the Chinese restaurant when like the fucking egg opens up and the eyeball, like I fucking that
Yes.
fucking it. I was like, the first time I watched it, I was eating dinner, and of course that happened. So I would not watch It for the longest time. And I feel like I've sat through so many Ring parodies that I'm not scared of the Ring anymore, so I'm going It.
Aaron.
You know I'm going with The Ring. I got long hair, and every so often I gotta shove that thing down my drain to rip out all my hair, and it always comes out looking black. And I'm like, Fucking Samira is living in my drain.
I
This is
always-
the ring. She's on her way.
I always think of that scene from Scary Movie 2. I think it's
Right. Yes.
and then is that who gets the bag on the head, or is that?
Yeah.
I think so. Right?
yeah,
He puts the bag
yeah.
on her head.
Yeah.
That's what I think of. Is Scary Movie 2.
We have to talk about the fact that it had John Ritter. It had Tim Reed from
That
WKRP in Cincinnati. You had John Boy from the Waltons. It was like every kind of reject from
80s.
daytime
The
TV.
70s.
Yes.
They were the 80s actors. This is the last thing they probably did in the 80s because it came out in 90.
Yep. Might as well have had Scott Baio and Willie Ames in there as well. Why not?
Dude, that would have been great.
Where's
Would've
Willie Ames these days? I'm gonna Google him now.
Do not do that.
Babadook versus Halloween, the OG. Aaron.
Oh, see now this is a hard one. I was so scared when I saw Halloween when I was in high school. I'm a little bit older than y'all, and I was so scared to go see it. But it's kind of like Jaws. It's not so scary anymore. It's still a favorite, but I recently saw the Babadook, and some of the imagery in Babadook is really freaking terrifying. So I'm going Babadook. And if you haven't seen it, you need to go watch it.
Mike.
So I've never seen it, but I just looked it up, and the first thing I thought of after reading it was like, wow, that sounds a lot like Mama. And I scroll down, and it was like people also search for Mama. Also, Mama was a great fucking movie.
It's not like Mama.
I mean, just looking at synopsis, it says it reminds me of Mama, but obviously
Mama's the
different.
one
Spencer.
Yeah, Octavia Spencer buys liquor for the teenagers and stuff.
No. Mama was it was 2013. It had a dude who plays what's his name? Jamie Lannister. He plays a father as well as his twin brother, but it's about let me read it. On the day of their parents die, sisters Lily and Victoria vanish in the woods, prompting a frantic search by their uncle Lucas and his girlfriend Annabelle. 5 years later, miraculously, the girls are found alive in a decaying cabin. Lucas and Annabelle welcome them into their home, but as Annabelle tries to reintroduce the children to normal life, she finds someone or something.
Wait, we saw this, Kevin.
We didn't see it, but I think we talked about it. We heard about it somewhere.
If you haven't, watch it. You need it. It was originally a 2-minute like short film that got expanded into a movie.
That's quite a lot of expanding, by the way.
It is, but they put the 2-minute film in the movie too. So they worked it in. They built around it. They built the world around it. But I recommend watching it. It's from 2013.
I just wrote it down. 2013.
Mama. It is fantastic.
It sounds really familiar now that you're talking about
Yeah,
it.
But there's like Mama is like this. She's like this witch ghost. Depending on how you, look at the definition of witch, which can also be like a ghost type thing. Who, and she has like moths. Dude, there's this one scene where the girl eats the moths. Ugh. I can't look at every time I see a moth now. I think of Mama. It's a good film. Like, I really like the movie. It's very, it gets up there, it climbs up, it gets up there, and then it just fucking the end, like the climax, just fucking boom, and it's just over.
I think I saw it at the theater before we did the podcast, Kevin.
You might have seen it. I definitely have not, but I've heard of it.
But
good.
What you describe is nothing like the Babadook. There is a mother and there is a child. But
well, it's like the imaginary friend thing, or like the monster thing in the house. That's what it reminded me of.
Or is it?
Well, I don't know.
Every time you say Mama, all I can think of is Mama just killed a man.
Put a gun against his head. By the way, Willie Ames is 61 and still alive.
Well, I would hope so. Good Lord.
Yeah, I know.
So what did you choose?
Oh, I'm going with Halloween. If Mama was on here, I'd go with Mama.
So Kevin, who are you going with?
This is hard. I think pound for pound with today's sensibilities, Babadook is much scarier. But I can't turn my back on Halloween. I mean, it basically defined a generation of films. I mean, it was the,
It was the Highlander of its time.
Yes, I guess so. I'm gonna go Halloween. That's hard though. That was real tough.
Yeah.
Okay, so The Shining versus Hellraiser.
Oh, it's banger.
Come on.
Kevin.
Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna say something that may seem like blasphemy, considering I host a horror podcast. Not a huge fan of Hellraiser. Boom!
Oof.
Not a. I don't hate it or anything. I just, it's disturbing. Obviously, it's a lot of like S&M, bloody sex scenes going on.
Yeah.
Not my favorite. And frankly, I've seen enough of the sequels where you're just kind of like, okay, I think we've been down this road one time too often.
Put the fucking box down. Why would anyone open that box?
Because they
Don't do
like
it.
pain.
Yes.
Well, just lay
They
in the
like
street,
the pain,
I guess.
and then when Hellraiser comes, when Pinhead comes, the more pain you're in, the more he thinks you like it.
Well, you know the deal. If you are somebody like a celebrity, like a rock star or something, and you basically had sex with 10,000 women from all over the globe, regular sex doesn't do it for you anymore. Now you have to go get the crazy pain box and futz with that stuff.
Or you're
basically.
Donald Trump getting peed on by Russian hookers.
That's what happens. Then you're Richard Gere with the gerbil. Things
There
start to go down.
You got to think outside the box.
I'm taking The Shining, by the way.
Okay.
Mike.
Shining was never really scary to me per se. It was weird and it was a fun ride, but I definitely jumped more for Hellraiser. I winced more for Hellraiser.
He's
And I
opening
like-
the box.
I like the-
He's got the Rubik Cube right
Oh,
now.
I wouldn't open the box.
I know Mike. I know Mike well enough.
I'm
He's
a
now
bitch.
opening the box.
I'm not opening that box. But I'm
What's
still
in the
going
box?
Hellraiser.
Aaron.
I will tell you, I didn't like The Shining for a long time because I was a big Stephen King fan and I really liked the book. And there was
It's
all
different.
It's different than the book, and there was all this controversy with the director and Stephen King. And I really like Hellraiser, and I like the first three Hellraisers.
The first three. Sweet Lord.
You got to draw a line somewhere. But The Shining is a perfect movie. It's a classic.
I don't know about perfect.
It's
So
not
the-
as good as the book, of course.
So The Thing, which is the John Carpenter version, versus Jaws. Aaron.
I fucking hate The Thing with the melted crayon special
Oof.
effects bullshit.
The devil you say.
JAWS, Jaws.
Jaws.
Roy
Jaws.
Scheider, and the story about the Indianapolis. Oh my God!
Mike.
If you were to hold two movies up, one was Jaws, one was The Thing. You're like, what the fuck would you want to watch? And you told me what they were about. There's no fucking way I'm picking Jaws. That movie sounds dumb. We're going with The Thing.
But the melted crayon
just-
monster
it's not-
doesn't sound dumb.
It doesn't sound. Yeah, no. The Thing, a shape-shifting alien fucked people up versus a
But
giant.
is that shape a
shark.
crayon?
I don't care. Like I'm cool with the fucking practical effects. That shit's lit.
Kevin.
This is another hard one for me. These are both two of my choices here. Sweet Jesus. Oh, God damn it. I love The Thing. I love it. Kurt Russell is dynamite. Keith David. It's an all-star cast. Oh, God. Wilford Brimley is in it, for God's sakes. I got to go Jaws, though.
No.
I got to go Jaws. It's
Ugh.
literally, I mean, It could have won the Academy Award for Best Picture. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
well,
about.
it's the
It could've been a
70s. The
contender.
70s didn't have very much going on for it. So
What the son of a?
So next one's gonna be The Conjuring versus Friday the 13th,
Oh,
the
that's
third
easy.
one.
It's easy peasy lemon squeeze.
Kevin.
oh, did I say 3? I meant 2.
What?
No, it's 3. No. I was thinking I got mixed up with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
Alexa off.
Okay. I am a card-carrying member of the fan club of Friday the 13th. I ride and die through numbers 1 through 6. I even really love Jason Goes to Hell. That makes me a pariah in some circles. But I think they're so much fun. You know, they're not as violent as you would think. I mean, granted, people are being murdered by a serial killer. But they are, but they're not like Hellraiser violent. You know what I mean?
But they're so like the way the kills are not just kills. They're very like they're just different. Like the way that they give you a variety of how the fuck somebody's gonna die. It's great. Like a fucking was it? I think it was the second one. No, the first one when he gets the fucking arrow. Like through his
chest.
It goes right through.
Kevin Bacon.
Yes, it was
His finest role.
Death.
Yeah. That's how we know he's immortal. He is Lestat.
He basically at this stage of the game. No. I love all the Friday the 13th movies. But when I saw The Conjuring for the first time a couple of years ago, I saw it home video. Hadn't been to the theaters. It scared me, and I'm a grown ass man. And The Conjuring was scary to me. It was like literally, I'm afraid somebody's going to grab my feet while I'm laying in bed. I'm going The Conjuring.
Yeah. Solid.
Mike.
Ditto.
Well,
it's not your turn, Aaron.
That's fine. I'm going to
get
go Friday.
excited.
You're gonna give it the sympathy vote.
I would think it's Friday. Friday the 13th is just a better franchise to me. I don't care about possession. I don't care. I hate them. It's stupid. I don't like it.
I mean,
other than Evil Dead and the Deadites, I usually don't get behind. God damn it! I should have put.
You know what movie I thought of?
It's hard.
You know what movie I thought of? 13 Ghosts. I just thought of that.
The original or the newer one?
The newer one. I didn't see the original.
I didn't know there was an original.
Oh yeah,
Oh, there was.
with
I've only
Matthew
seen the
Lillard
newer
and
Oh,
F. Murray
did they-
Abraham.
Ooh, we're living in a time where you could say the original and had Matthew Lillard in it, like it was.
Well, no,
thinking,
that's
like-
not that's the remake.
That's the remake. Matthew Lillard is great though.
He is great.
My favorite role of his is SLC Punk, followed by Scooby Doo.
You lost me
Misery.
there.
Sweet baby.
The Scooby Doo, the
Jesus.
first Scooby Doo movie is amazing. All right, it has all the classic elements, including Sugar Ray.
That is one of the foundational points you got to have in every movie.
Especially as something that came out in the 2000s.
All right. Misery versus Candyman. Aaron.
I really like Misery. Now, this is a third Stephen King on our list. But it wasn't that scary. To me, it was fantastic movie. Fantastic movie. I got to go OG Candyman.
Hey.
I rented at the video store and the lights were out and it gave me the creepy peepees.
Mike.
I'm also going Candyman because I don't know, man. It's just a better story. The Candyman's creepy as fuck. He's also smooth like jazz, so I'm going
That's
Candyman.
Tony Todd. Tony
I
Todd.
hated that.
Smooth like jazz.
I hated that.
I have to talk about Candyman because the crazy mythology of Candyman is so bizarre. It's like, Bloody Mary mixed with the killer with the hook hand, and then let's throw bees in there for some reason. Who the hell knows why?
Well, it's because he's the Candyman. Like they covered him in like sugar, I think, or honey.
Honey. That's
Yeah.
why the bees.
They covered him in honey, and then
Why is he killing all the people in the project? Why isn't he out killing all the white people that killed him?
But the projects, they summoned him there, or he was killed there, right? And then they started summoning him there.
He's haunting
on the ground.
Right,
So
he's
now
haunting
he's
the
killing
grounds.
the poor little kids. I would say thank you for summoning me. Now I'm gonna walk over to whatever rich part of Chicago is.
But he didn't kill the kids.
Yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. There's the scene where it's like the little kid in the bathroom where he comes and gets him, and then one older guy comes in.
He did kill the kids. You're right. He ended up, but he also had other people do the bidding for it. Like they would invoke his spirit, and he would live through them. As long as I'm remembering it.
I think you're blending the two, Candy.
Well,
the Candy people.
The new movie definitely. No, he inhabits them. That's how he got he started getting the one girl to do his bidding. But in the new one, they expand on that,
right?
And they explain that his spirit is also going in, like he's controlling people throughout. That's how he got. Like it passes on.
It's like a collective knowledge, right?
Right.
A collective knowledge.
Right. And then the Candyman basically gets a new host and lives through that person as well as being its own spirit. It's pretty convoluted, but it's
it is. It's well, I just appreciate that the new movie actually addressed why he's called Candyman. First movie, they never told you why he's called Candyman.
They showed the whole thing on the wall, and they explained it. It was the beginning of the movie.
Explain it to me. Why is he called Candyman?
Because he
likes candy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So I see it in my head, right? So like obviously he was covered in honey, but then later on, as they invoked his spirits, he possessed somebody who he would feed children candy. Like, and somebody got like bit into one. It was crazy. You gotta watch it.
You definitely BS that whole thing.
It happened. I'm telling you, it happened. But mind you, like I watched both movies also literally
recently. So
like within 24 hours of each other.
Yeah, that contaminates your memory.
Right. Look, I love Misery. Misery's dynamite. James Caan, Kathy Bates. I believe she won the Academy Award.
I believe so.
Rob Reiner, excellent film. I'm going Candyman though.
It's unanimous.
Good. So Get Out
That's
versus
the first one we had that was unanimous.
Yeah. Get Out versus Nightmare on Elm Street 3. 2. Sorry. Kevin.
Not a huge fan of part 2. If I have to watch Nightmare on Elm Street, I'll go the OG or I'll go part 3, The Dream Warriors. Get Out, I thought was dynamite. I thought it was so good. It kind of called back to like the Stepford Wives of the 70s, that kind of thing.
That's what I was going to say.
Absolutely. But also, and it frankly, it introduced me to Lil Rel, who I think is hilarious. He's dynamite. You had Lakeith Stansfield. He's in there, who's gone on to do all sorts of great stuff. I just Get Out. I got to go Get Out.
Mike?
I wasn't scared of Get Out. Get Out was very
That's fair.
Psychological. It was very much like a what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
But I wasn't scared of Get Out. Nightmare on Elm Street, on the other hand, if you get me at the right moment, that shit will fuck me up. I had Freddy dreams when we were watching these. Luckily, I didn't die. Don't worry.
That you know of.
No, I didn't. I'm also dead right now. I could be asleep this entire time.
It's all a dream.
I mean, I like the Nightmare on Elm Street just so much better. I like the kills. I like the fact that he literally possessed the dude and like came out and was him, and the fucking hand, like it changed the way he fucking just killed people with it.
You've got the body, I've got the brain.
Yeah, I love it. It's going number 2. And number 2 obviously isn't highly regarded. I get that, but I like it. I like 1, 2, and yeah. I mean, Dream Warriors is also good.
Aaron?
If it had been Nightmare 1, I would have gone with that. But I don't even remember number 2, but number 1 is one of my all-time favorite creepy movies, and I'm not a slasher. You don't like possession? I don't like slasher films. I love possessions and haunted houses and ghosts.
Well, if you like possessions, then you like Nightmare on Elm Street too, because it was literally him possessing a body.
Well, same as Get Out. Get Out is like being John Malkovich mixed in with the Stepford Wives. #boom. So I'm going with Get Out.
Get Out was a great movie. But
It was a great movie.
It was a fantastic movie, but I don't know. I gotta watch it again because I still have questions.
Part of the problem is we're so jaded that it's hard to scare us. So it's like, at some level, we have to ask, what would a reasonable, normal person think about these movies?
And that's the thing is, I don't even like. I used to be scared of horror movies. Like it gave me nightmares. I don't think I was never actually scared. Like when I have nightmares, I have bad nightmares where I can't sleep. Hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta get this kid out of this fucking room.
Well, anyway,
Like what? I thought you were taking your underwear off.
No, Mike. I have a kitten.
It's so constrictive.
We have a kitten. She's only a few months old, and he likes to bite in the middle of he'll just attack and bite. And I was trying to pick him up to throw him out. Shit, what was I saying? I forgot. All right.
Oh, you're talking about like horror movies not scaring you.
Oh, right. But now when I watch them, I'm not really scared of them. Other than just possession is just hard for me to watch. It's something about not being in control at all. I guess your own body. It might be that kind of thing. Like I don't.
Right.
That should just.
So it bothers you.
That bothers me.
Yeah. That's how I used to be about zombies. I could watch anything.
I love zombie movies.
The first Night of the Living Dead just fucked me over. I think I watched it like when I was 12 or something, and it still haunts me. Even though now I can look at it, and it's so much tamer than anything you'll see.
Oh, absolutely.
But at the time, that really fucked me up. Now Walking Dead cured me. I couldn't give a fuck about zombies anymore.
Walking Dead came out, I went through a very long time where I basically watched no horror movies. I used to watch a lot of them, and then a lot of zombie movies too. And then I don't know, my kid was born, and I just couldn't do it anymore.
Right.
And
no, having kids ruins so many
things. It just I can't watch this. It always made me question my own mortality, and I was like, I can't do this.
Right.
What if that happened to my baby?
Right. Still, things with kids is hard for me to watch.
100%.
It's true. Me too.
Even when if a kid gets killed, I'm like, well, that didn't have to happen, but then I remind myself of the movie.
I thought that was very gratuitous. Where before I had kids, I'd be like, who the fuck cares?
Right. But yeah, that's
why they do
my
it, because
story.
they know kids doing something to a kid is gonna fuck you up.
It's
more than it is if you do it to an adult.
True.
So they do that on purpose.
Right.
Yep. It's a manipulative.
So we're gonna go. So this is gonna be rapid fire. So the Fly versus the Ring.
Ring.
All right,
Mike.
So we got one for the Ring. I'm going with the Fly.
I'm going the Ring.
I'm shocked the Ring's made it this far.
Same. Actually, especially over it.
Yeah. Just don't fucking watch the tape.
And break it.
7 days.
Does it work on a DVD?
Right.
Right.
What about streaming?
Right. Right now, it's the tape. It would be literally useless. I don't fucking have a VCR.
Somebody gives you a tape. What the fuck is this?
You're gonna have to go to Salvation Army to lift the curse.
That would be the movies. You have to go to fucking thrift store to get a fucking VHS player.
That's true.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And you get it in, and it doesn't work.
You give me this tape and tell me if I watch and I'm dying in 7 days. I'm chucking this at your head. Why are you giving me this?
You can't even slip it into a Blockbuster box.
Halloween versus The Shining. Kevin.
The Shining.
Mike.
Halloween.
Oh, it's The Shining.
Aaron.
It's The Shining.
Okay. Jaws versus The Conjuring.
The Conjuring. Conjuring.
Mike.
Oh, fuck Jaws. Conjuring. I don't even care.
Kevin.
I'm gonna do my protest, Jaws.
For this one's for the culture.
It's like
Candyman versus Get
Jordan
Out.
Peele versus Jordan Peele.
Oh yeah, well yeah,
For
he
the
did
culture.
the new one.
Aaron.
Candyman.
Mike.
Candyman.
Kevin.
I'm gonna do my protest. Get Out.
Shut up.
Wow, this has
For the
been the
culture.
least watches we've ever had on the show.
It definitely is.
This is the only one like last week we had so many.
Or
I
is it
like that you said this would
domination?
only be an hour. We're 2:10 in.
We're not 210.
We're not. We're 110.
Oh, never mind.
The Ring versus The Shining.
Ooh,
Aaron.
I think The Ring is scarier.
Mike.
I'm going to Shining. Again, fuck the Ring.
That's a protest.
Punch her in the mouth.
I'm gonna go with The Shining.
Okay. Yeah, I think the ring has a little flaw. If I don't watch the tape, it means nothing.
Just go off
just don't watch
all social media. You could be one of those kill your TV people, and then you're safe. You're solid.
But you don't know. That's the thing. It's
Well,
like
if you don't ever watch TV or movies,
That
then
is-
you're done.
but
You
I
live
don't
in your
just-
bunker, and you're in Ruby Ridge.
I don't even own a TV, Todd.
Honestly, like I feel like if
I
I
hate
remember
that.
the footage from the Ring movie, like that they watched, that was boring. I would have changed the channel.
Oh
Like,
my
it was
god!
fucking
It was all
stupid.
that oppressive blue filter. It's like Washington State, so it's just dark and gray and heavy the whole time and wet. And,
I would, and I also would watch a random videotape. Like if I put it in, I might put like if I did, I would put it in for 2 seconds and be like, "This is boring." Like
dumb.
Mike said, "This is dumb. Turn it off."
Well, you
I
have to,
think-
if you're
where
cursed,
was
you have
it?
to get the next person to watch it to lift the curse. You
I
have
would
to
never
pass the
know
curse
it.
on.
All right, well,
I
I'll
would
just
get
get
that
some
far
dumb
in.
person to come watch it. Like, yo, do you want to watch this video or put it on and walk out?
It was like a vacation cabin, and wasn't that what it was? It was like nothing to do, so they just popped in what was ever there.
Something
Is that what
like that.
happened?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It may have been that was the first one, right? I don't
Yeah.
look again. My knowledge at this point in life is more about from Scary Movie. Like
Yeah.
that's what
I
I
think
remember.
I think that doesn't help either. That it's been so satirized.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday.
You know what I mean?
Satirized.
Parodied.
Yeah, that word. Parodied. Better word, easier word to say. Parodied that it's kind of like, yeah, this is dumb. So The Conjuring versus Candyman. Kevin.
I'm going The Conjuring.
Mike.
I'm going Candyman.
Aaron.
Conjuring. See, it has the word ring in it too.
So it's gonna be The Shining versus The Conjuring in the finals. So this one you're voting for which one you think is the best of all time. So Aaron,
God.
who you going
This
with?
is a hard one because The Shining is very complex. There's all these layers. There's things in the background. There's this and that. But I'm going with The Conjuring.
Mike, or actually, we're gonna go Kevin.
It's hard. It's a hard situation. It's kind of old school versus new school. Which way
Yeah.
do you go?
Yeah.
Conjuring.
Mike.
All right. So even though The Conjuring won, I would have went Shining. I just want to say they also had a Ring parody on Family Guy. Quagmire chased around the Ring girl, and then there was also that Peter got a tape handed to him, and they said, "Oh, in 7 days you'll die," but it wasn't the Ring. It was I don't know what it's trying to do. I didn't get that far. I don't the mannequin. It had mannequin on it.
Matt with Kim Cattrall and Andrew McCarthy.
Yeah. So it's mannequin and they're on a motorcycle.
I love Mannequin.
Oh my
I'm not
Lord.
ashamed to admit it.
You should be ashamed.
And we will build this dream together. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Thank you, Starship.
So the winner of this week's tournament is The Conjuring, is the greatest horror movie of all time.
Scary movie.
Or scary movie, sorry. Scary movie of all time. Actually, Scary Movie should have been in this.
Yes,
Would have
Queen.
won. Actually, Scary Movie 2 over Scary Movie. Hot take.
Scary Movie 3 is the best.
No.
No, scary. It's scary movie 2 and then 1. Though I watched 1 a lot because if I remember there was titties at some point in that movie.
Look,
And I was really young when it came out. So anytime there's a movie that had titties, I watched it.
I'm as big a fan of the Wayans brothers as anybody. Okay, you got to go Scary Movie 3.
Which one
No.
was that? Which one
I
was
don't even
Scary Movie?
remember
That's
that one. That
Leslie
much.
Nielsen, Charlie Sheen. When they brought Charlie Sheen into the mix, went to another level. That's all I'm saying.
Tiger Blood.
That was where they did the Signs parody.
Oh, okay. I remember that one. That
So
one
this
was
is
okay.
well, I guess
but
3 is the one
was good.
where they had where they did the ring.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Can you hear me now? Yeah, there's a lot of those jokes. Anthony Anderson and oh man, what's
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart? Kevin Hart blows up in Scary Movie 3. He was just supposed to be like a not an important character, but he was so funny that they kept giving him more stuff to do.
I can
And they
see,
still keep doing it.
Is that the one? Yeah, 3 is the one where they also parodied
8 Mile.
8 Mile.
8 Mile. 8
yes.
Mile. Yes. Hilarious.
I still think 2's better. It goes 2, 1, 3.
Yeah, 2. 2 is still better. Grab my strong hand, child.
Chris Elliott.
Oh my God.
That one is great, man.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna transition into our recommendations part. So you guys can recommend anything in the world that you want, except for your own podcast, because that'll come next. But you can recommend anything in the world you want to. Kevin, I'll let you go first. What do you want to recommend to the people to watch, listen to, whatever?
This is important. There are some movies that didn't make the cut that I gave honorable mention to, but I think it's important. We got to go back to Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
This is the forgotten Halloween film because it's the one without Michael Myers. Okay. This is where you meet the immortal Daniel Chalice. He's a doctor at the hospital, but he spends more time boozing, chasing strange women, and solving mysteries than he does practicing medicine at all. Let me tell you, there are multiple scenes where he's just chilling in a bar, drinking whiskey for it's like, hey, we're going to go solve that mystery. He's got like a 6-pack of like High Life. It's like, what? And he's not listed, like described as an alcoholic at all, but everywhere he is, he's constantly drinking, chasing strange women. Go see Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. It is hilarious and amazing.
That sounds like the best Halloween movie ever. I want that series.
I agree.
I don't need Halloween 42. Just give me that movie.
They keep rebooting it. There's like 3 timelines now.
There is at least 3.
Aaron, what's your recommendation?
Well, just a funny story. I went to college up in Northern California, and in one of the places I'd stopped with my friend for lunch is where they filmed Halloween 3. In Little Lolita, I was like, it was the I was having lunch across from the Silver Shamrock Factory. But my recommendation is Turner Classic Movies has a, oh shit, no, it doesn't recognize me. It has a podcast, The Plot Thickens, and their new one is on Lucille Ball. And I love Lucy.
I see what you did there. Mike, what's your recommendation?
You think I'd be ready with one this week? Usually I am. I've done so many so far. Let's go with. I don't know, man. You go. I'll have to come back to me.
Okay. My recommendation is go see the dentist. I know it's scary. No one likes to go to the dentist, but go to the dentist. Get your teeth taken care of. It's important. It's an important thing. You could not getting your teeth taken care of can cause a lot of issues.
Gingivitis.
No, gingivitis, or actually serious health issues too. If you get like an infection or anything,
we know a guy.
Yeah, we know a guy. So make sure you get your teeth, you're brushing your teeth and everything. I was gonna say make sure you floss, but I don't fucking floss.
You need to floss.
I
if you brush your teeth, you're not doing enough. You need to floss.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, dentist.
You're welcome.
Do you know Britt Baker's a dentist, by the way?
Britt Baker? Did you know she's a dentist?
Yeah, she's a dentist. And that's a joke only wrestling fans will get. So, but anyway, go to the dentist. Get your teeth taken care
of. Shit, I still don't have one. Go read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. There you go.
There you go.
I'm reading that.
Douglas Adams.
I've got 3 copies. I've got two omnibuses. They both are slightly different, and then I have all of them individually, and I have the radio plays, and I have the movies.
Well, the British series was really good. I didn't like the movie that much.
I like the movie. See, so my first experience with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was the new movie. That's not even new anymore.
No, it's like 15 years old.
With
Martin Freeman, Mos Def, John Malkovich.
That introduced me to Mos Def too. But I love that movie, which got me to go back and listen and read all the books. I love it. I'm actually my kid. We're reading it together. I decided to let her try to read it, and I'm reading along with her. So that's been fun. So I recommend Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. She's 10, so it's not working out well, but I'm still trying. There's a lot of big words that I forgot that they use.
How many times do you have to Google them?
No, I know them. You can't read or count.
Fuck you.
I can't type. It's not the reading part.
Or write.
I can write too. I read your book part of the booking, man.
That's what I'll correct this for. Anyway, so that's the recommendation. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do plugs. So we'll start with you. We'll start with you this time, Aaron. Again, tell the people where they can find you, like your Twitter and all that good stuff.
Well, me. I'm on Instagram. I'm the Cult of Aaron. Join the cult. We are the Podcast That Wouldn't Die. Also on the Instagram. I monitor the Instagram, and Kevin does the rest of it.
Okay. Kevin, where can they find the rest of it?
You can find the Podcast That Wouldn't Die on Twitter at TPodcastTWDie. We are on Facebook at the Podcast That Wouldn't Die. You can email us at the Podcast That Wouldn't Die at Gmail. And you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, Spotify, anywhere the finer podcasts are available. So make sure you like, share, rate, review. Do all those good things. Help a brother out and a sister.
Literally. So I be tweeting and TikToking. So follow me on both at Dumb Money Colt. Or not. Nope, that's the old one. Dumb Money T13. So it's DAMONEY T, the number 1, the number 3. You can follow me on both.
I just need to point out, I think I need a round of applause or a pat on the back to Moan for not mentioning Last Podcast on the Left at all this episode.
Until now.
I just needed to.
Oh my God, I used to listen to that all the time.
I love them so much. I just recently got to know them probably a couple of months ago, and they are amazing. Yeah.
They moved off the Apple
They're
platform,
only
though?
on. They were so up until February. They're only on Spotify. So they're because they had a deal with Spotify. But
Yeah, I listened to them forever and ever and ever.
I absolutely love them, man. They're so fucking good. And I've learned a lot more about serial killers.
Serial killers, necrophilia, people living real vampire
Cannibals,
lifestyles, cannibals,
yeah.
sex with cannibals. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that, and also like they did some stuff about chaos magic and stuff like that and occult stuff that I really like learning about. So, and Billy the Kid, they did a Billy Kid series that was fun. But you can find me on Twitter, hi-fi_Mike. You can find me on TikTok, hi-fi Mike, no underscore. You can find all the shows on the T13 Media Network on our website at t13media.com. That's the letter T, the number one. No, yeah. The letter T, that's 1 3 spelled out, media.com. I blame you, Damone, because I was thinking about your name, the T13. I was like, shit, how do I do it? You can, Apple Podcasts. If we should be on there, go ahead and find us there. If you listen to us there, I know somebody does, and give us a 5-star review. That would be fantastic, so other people can find us. And go to our website, buy a t-shirt or a mug or a pillowcase or something else, because
pajamas.
Support. Yeah, pajamas. Support us, because we need your support, and that's it.
Okay. And with that, case closed.
Dude, I really like your intro and outro.